Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks bringing you your daily Tesla report for Monday, February 9th, 2026. Let's take a look at the charts. Weekly bar chart. We came barreling back on Friday, closed right at just above by a hair, 411.84, that rising channel bottom. I think that was 409.50 last week. And we did close at 411.11. The only problem with this is the fact that we could quite easily have an unchanged open on Monday back below 411.84. So I don't think we're out of the woods yet. We are out of the woods, and I'll just jump to the daily chart. If in the next 3 to 5 days we can close above 436.80, this is our aggressive up pivot point as we move into the month of March, as we move into March, April. We could, with a settlement above 436.80, see 434.31 within 2 or 3 months. I think, though, we'd have this horizontal structure that I've yet to commit to in the 510s. Either way, it is the 500 handle. 510s, 530s, take your pick. That would be our objective. Within 3 to 5 weeks of closing above 436.80, I would expect the 510s. I don't have that yet because we're really not out of the woods. So this is really just an indication that if we can close above 436.80, this descending channel top over the next week or so, we do have a good buy signal as we move through the rest of February and into March, anticipating aggressive gains as we move through the month of March. But right now, we're sort of in this zone here. 409.83 is that channel bottom on the daily chart that we find on the weekly chart at 411.84. We're still there. So, if you went long Friday with the settlement just above that 411.84 formation, you do, if you're like a 3 to 5 month, 2 to 3 month, 3 to 5 week swing trader, you really do want to see a settlement above 436.80 for what would be a clarifying show of strength as we move into March. Until then, we can continue closing today, for instance, above 411.84. If we can rally just a bit, there's only minor resistance levels between here and the 430s. 431.11 is an inside channel. 436.80 is the extreme channel, a band of channel resistance about 5 points wide that can contain weekly highs, and we can fall away from here. If we do happen to close above 436.80, that is the last shoe to drop on sustained rally as we move into the month of March. So it's about as simple as that. Until then, this 409.83 to 411.84 area just may have its way. If we close back below 409.83 today, you can anticipate bearish continuation, possibly by Friday's close into the 370s. This 377.96 descending channel bottom, 372.18 is a longer term channel that we have on the weekly chart that can contain weekly lows. This area in reach if we close today below 409.83. So maybe you're still short, or maybe you went short as we pushed into this zone late last week. And if you're still short, I think you can stay short below 409.83. If you went long on Friday, and you might have, you really want to see this market close today. I think today above 411.84. You want to see us open and close today above 411.84. And then what you're anticipating, once again, is this 436.80 level within 3 to 5 days. So you've got a 3 to 5 day swing trade with a settlement today above 411.84. 436.80 anticipated, where profits can be taken. You could even go short here into later week, into early next week, and just kind of see where we are from there. Closing above 436.80 is a go long buy signal on a magnitude of about 3 to 5 weeks, anticipating once again the 510s, possibly the 530s. 534.31 is that long-term 6-year channel top that may well contain annual buying pressures that we've yet to actually test.
If you're looking for your daily NVIDIA analysis, you can now find it at wickedstocks.com, where it's part of a full suite of daily analysis videos, including the Daily SPY Report and Daily Triple Q Report. Sign up now and get immediate access so you don't miss a single day.
411.84 on the weekly chart, 409.83 on the daily chart. If we close below this area today, I think within the week, once again, within several days, 390.12. This 3/8 Fibonacci actually did a pretty good job last week of holding the selling pressures, and we've sprung back into this 409, 411 handle, which is a pivot point. Longer term, I just don't want to commit to a long-term buy signal above 409.83 unless we can now close above 436.80. That's our aggressive up pivot point into March trade. A downside, once again, we have this 409.83, and if we close below it, the 390.12 likely within several days, and potentially as we continue into later week, this 377.96 down to 372.18 area, narrowing gradually and able to contain weekly selling pressures. If we close below 409.83, there is still a very good case to be made for the 326.29 formation. And on the weekly chart, once again, that looks like 317.21. So if we close the week Friday below 411.84 or any day this week below 409.83, you can begin considering the 310s, 320s still as a 2 to 3 month objective. But for all intents and purposes, it really is this sort of sorry, that is the wrong image. Yeah, actually, this is what I would like to show. I didn't see this earlier. If we can close above 436.80, we would look for 501.51 within 3 to 5 weeks or sooner. Until then, it is a bit of a muddled approach, and we've got the 410 area, roughly 409.83 to 411.84. We're not out of the woods yet. If we close below 409.83, we can begin re-anticipating once again this 320s, 310s, if you will, 317.21 as a 2 to 3 month target. And that becomes clarified. That becomes underscored with a settlement in the coming week, 2 or 3 below this 370 support. Aggressive down pivot into March trade with a settlement below 372.18, or at some point we just might commit to this channel bottom as the downward pivot point into March trade. So if you're a 1 to 2 week swing trader, you can sell a settlement below 409.83, anticipating what I would call the low 370s where profits can be taken. If we then close below this channel bottom over the next week or two, you can then expect within 2 or 3 weeks 326.29, which I think is in play anyway, unless we close above 411.84. Yes, once again, if you want to go long this market as we move into March, it really is above 436.80, then expecting 501.59. So closing above 436.80, if you're looking for an opportunity to go long on strength, it is above this formation, expecting 501.59. So I know it sounds muddled right now, and it is a bit. It is, we're right at this channel structure. Are we going up from here or down from here? And I think, if you're talking big picture, if you're talking into March trade, up from here above 436.80, down from here, I think you can make the case down from here, 409.83 if we close below today. But once again, bearish momentum accelerates with a settlement below this 377.96 formation. And we're adding 372.18 at least for the next few days. I'm going to leave it at that. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 2-week free trial. I will be back, of course, tomorrow with the next day. Every single day we do Tesla. So this is Mondays. I'll be back tomorrow with Tuesdays, of course. You have a great day.